So Sunday, Call of the Wild Festival, and I am here with Silveroller. How are you doing, folks? You alright?
Yeah, really good.
Sunshine?
Yeah.
Sun has come out for you. You've not been on stage yet, have you? I've not seen you. When are you on? What time?
It's about an hour.
Yeah, about somewhere around 3-ish.
Yeah. We know nothing. Anna knows everything, man. Like,
Right.
She's the boss. So we just do what she says.
I did have a feel of that when I was trying to get hold of you guys, and it was a little bit, well, we're not sure what's going on, so I'm like, well, I'm easy, you're easy, that is fine by me. I just wanted to grab you, talk to you guys, because on my radio show Morning Rock Out, I play some of your stuff, so I really like it, but I don't really know that much about you, so tell us about Silveroller.
Goodness, what do you want to know?
Everything.
There's, well, at the moment we've got a Brazilian, we've got a Bostonian, 2 Scousers and a Northerner.
So how did you all get together from all those areas?
With great difficulty. We were looking for an organ player, and Tadini got in touch. You'd seen us with a different lineup, hadn't you?
Years ago, yes.
And was still crazy enough to get in touch, so we thought he's the right amount of mad if he's already seen us and he wants to be involved. I met this guy because I'd met Paul Kossoff's girlfriend, and then we got in touch via the internet. I met you via the internet all them years ago because you had a cool hat on. And I met him at a hippie shake.
We met in London, but we're both from Liverpool. It's weird that we didn't. We must have avoided each other.
And we're still trying.
Yeah.
Badly.
And then you kind of messaged me when there was a lineup change, didn't you?
Yeah.
You were like, please, be in my band.
That's exactly what happened. Just like that, yeah. Begged him.
And how did you get the name Silveroller?
So we were looking for unique branding, because in the modern day that's very, very important. And we didn't want to be the somethings. And I wanted like an Aerosmith or a Supertramp or something along those lines. And then you set yourself a task and you go, well, alright, all you've got to do is think of an Aerosmith or a Supertramp, right? So, dead easy. Joe had mentioned something about like a motion word, having like some part like it's moving. And we threw loads at each other, man. Like we must have thrown 50 names at each other, and it was always like and then one of them had been kind of Silveroller had been thought up and put in like a list, and then Joe was like, what about that one? And then it was because it was in a list, you see so many, but it came from the silver bit came from Western movies. I'd seen a list of 20th century Western films, and like The Knight of the Silver Rider and 3 Silver Bullets and all like these rather probably crap Western films, but they're all great, you know, spaghetti Westerns. And we liked the kind of Silveroller sounded a bit like a 50s Cadillac or something, and it's kind of timeless.
Cool. And what's your influences? And describe your sound of Silveroller. What you influenced with?
There's a lot,
isn't there? Like it kind of all over the world and all different times, I think, is kind of represented in some capacity,
form or another,
even if it's very subtle, you know. But I think there's an obvious kind of
time frame.
We always tell people we sound how we look. So
we try and make rock and roll in its purest form, and that's kind of it's a wide enough spectrum that we can write whatever we want to write, and it's probably going to sound like us, without putting us into too much of a box or trying to.
Yeah, I suppose in the same way that probably Rival Sons approach music or Temperance Movement, you know.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe of like we're just playing rock and roll, you know, and how we see it, and this is the result.
You mentioned writing. How do you write? Is it as a collective, or is it one or two of you?
It's not a set formula. Sometimes it's a kind of sitting with a guitar, and sometimes it's in the room and it's happening in real time. Like Holds, the one of the tracks on the record was kind of almost written in real time, and they're scribbling lyrics down, and then Joe was going, I've got an idea, and you go, okay, get rid of that, you know, start something else. But then some of them are like songs that are, like we've had on a back burner for a while, and then someone will just go, I know what that middle eight should do. I have found the holy grail of where that song should go. So there's not. I think if there was a set formula, you'd just go and knock them out one after the other. You know, like Motown writing hits, just one after the other. So it's but that's good, because that means the song can kind of come from anywhere. You know.
And you look at as a band, you've got a definitely distinctive look. Is that specific, and where do you get your clobber from?
I get me clobbered off him.
Yeah, most of our stuff comes from Johnny.
Yeah.
Vintage shop.
Yeah,
I don't know, vintage shops. Vintage.
Yeah.
Vintage is one of my best friends. Charity shops.
We like Pop Boutique.
Pop Boutique is great.
We like the folks over at Hippie Shake as well.
We do like those folks.
Run and Fly.
Run and Fly.
Fly,
That's good.
The Run and Fly jacket.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Madcap are great. There's a lot of kind of, if you can't get a vintage, there's usually a retro brand somewhere. You'd be like, I really want a pair of those things. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's not as hard to find as people think. I don't think.
Yeah, you've definitely got a distinctive look. Do you think that helps or hinders when people are watching it?
I think it helps, man, because you definitely know it does. You know, like, you definitely know it does. Like, I think there is a problem with sometimes bands look the same. Like, is that the bass player from such a band, or is he the thing? But it's definitely Silveroller, isn't it? You know.
I think it helps as well that like we don't have stage clothes and normal clothes like this. This is just our clothes. This is what we wear.
So when I see you later on stage, you'll be in
pretty
this,
much
yeah?
this
Yeah.
one, yeah. Like
Good.
there's times where people have gone, you actually look like this, and it's like, well, what's it'd be the weirdest gimmick in the world, you know.
So you've got your EP out at Dawn. Tell us about it.
It was the culmination of a long time of hard work, and still represents a lot of hard work since, really, isn't it?
Sure, it was. It was recorded a fair while before we released it, and then we had problems getting it out because of the people that were supposed to be representing us at the time. And then we kind of just took control of it ourselves, and even though we were told it wasn't good by somebody that was supposed to be representing us at the time, we were like, this isn't good enough, it's average at best. And then you're like, oh, thanks guys, and then, but that just puts the fire in you, man. You're just like, oh, I'll show you then, you know. Like a backs against the wall situation, and that kind of
Always got our backs against the wall, boys. But
I like it. I mean,
really
I've got it. I love it. Come on, come in. Love that track.
Thanks.
Have any of you got a favourite track off that?
I like Turn to Gold, just because it's fun for me to play. We get to, it's like a
Turn to
groovy,
Gold
innit?
too,
Like,
yeah.
We get to not stress out and have a good time while we're playing.
I think as well, like, because we don't like play to like a click or anything like that. Like, sometimes you'll get off stage and go, oh, that was really kicking that night for whatever reason, you know what I mean, and it's just the energy of that particular song was the one that got you that night. So like, usually like you'll just throw a fill in or a stop, or you'll do something, and I'll turn around and be like, yeah, that was really good. So yeah, I think but that's the interesting thing about playing live is those moments that aren't on the records, you know.
And the artwork for the EP, am I right? One of you designed
yeah,
it,
so
and there's a bit of a story about it, and it is about the EP.
Yeah,
right?
There's definitely kind of elements of the artwork. I think the three birds were me, Johnny, and Aaron at the time were kind of represented in that, and there was 5 clouds to represent the 5 of us in the band, and there is like a very, very hidden secret message behind the mountain, so it's like it will never show up on anything, but it's there, and we know it's there, and we know what it represents, and so there's like a lot of like those little nice meanings and stuff that we but yeah, it's
I also love that it's very mildly Python-esque.
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's almost like there's a little Terry Gilliam in there, man, and I love that kind of. It's brilliant, man. Like
I quite like the idea of it being a collage, and the singles had a piece of the collage, but the entire thing was made up by all of it put together with the little extra bits as well to to fill it out. So yeah, that was
that's what I like. You got the EP cover, but then the singles that you released, the artwork for that is part of that. It's all tied
all
in.
By
I reckon
design.
that's really good.
All by design.
These keep in.
Oh, I'm gonna, man. Yeah, you go.
It's just a shame we can't do it again now, at least not for a little while, you know.
Yeah.
So we're talking about At Dawn, streaming, obviously, yeah.
Yes.
Can people get physical copies, and if they can,
Absolutely.
where can they get physical copies from?
At the moment, it's very limited. We're pretty much sold out of everything. So after this festival, we'll be restocking CD and vinyl, and it will probably be available on our Bandcamp. If you visit our Instagram, there's a link to a bunch of links to find our stores and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it'll be restocked pretty soon.
And as I do with everybody I've interviewed and asked that, I'll put a link to that in the description of this video. So anybody watching this can just scroll down and click on that if they want it. And I would suggest everybody to get it, because like a lot of other people really like you guys, and I have noticed someone, I can't remember who it was, quoted that you are the band to watch for 2024.
Oh, yeah.
Did you feel any pressure when you saw that, or did you not know about that, or what?
No, I saw a couple of them, man, and it's not pressure. That's exciting, man. Like people think, oh, these guys are great, you know, and then live up to it, haven't you? But I don't think you can think in those terms of like, oh, I've got to go and impress these people. Essentially, my job is to impress these sufficiently for them to go, yeah, let's record that song. And that's his job and his job and his job and his job. Do you know what I mean? We just impress each other enough. If you're thinking, I need to go and impress everyone out there, the hope is that people like it. So yeah, I personally, I love that kind of thing of like, watch these guys, you know.
If we make enough music that the five of us all enjoy, the chances are there's probably more people that will like it. So that's
certainly our
kind of,
parents.
Yeah.
The entire city of Gloucester.
I don't know. I don't think my mom liked it.
So you're here at Call of the Wild on stage a little bit later. Have you just got here today, or have you been here all weekend?
Yeah, no, just got here today.
Have you had a chance to catch anybody yet?
Not yet. I think we're either about to or are gonna miss Bobby Dazzle, which
yes,
I'm a bit
which is
gutted
a
by.
shame. Yeah, we wanted to see them.
I'd love to have seen Jayla, and we missed the Commoners, but we all of our festivals this year seem to be with the Commoners. But we were with them in France last week, and they were great, man. We got to watch them side stage, and they're dynamite band, man. So.
Any other gigs planned for this year?
In the process of planning at the moment, something hopefully towards the end of the year, but it hasn't happened until it's happened, kind of thing, and it's all the various bits, and people will speak to our people and all that. We're doing Northern Kin Festival.
Yep.
We were supposed to be doing Sign of the Times. Sadly, that one's fallen through. So now it's about writing and getting the material together for the next record.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask. What's the future for Silveroller? Another record? What are the plans for that? How's the writing going? When's it? You're slating it for going out?
As soon as possible would be my answer. To when's it out? Which is tough because we haven't recorded it yet, you know. But we've got material. But you always want more, you know what I mean? If you're releasing a 10-song record or a 12-song record, you want 12, 15, 16 songs to be able to go, that one's not ready, or it is ready but it doesn't fit in the way this is going, or you know. So we're just about to kind of begin that process in earnest, aren't we? We're just about to start revving that engine up and getting into a room and shouting at each other and you know, falling out and all that fun stuff.
It might take a bit longer than last time because, I mean, the last record was an EP. Now we're aiming for a full album.
Yeah.
So it takes time. We don't want to rush it, but it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah, it's
Happening. Well, we'll keep our eye out for Silveroller, and gonna really look forward to seeing you on stage. Later today.
That would be
And,
good, wouldn't it? Seeing you on stage. Look forward to seeing you.
Well, I don't know where I was going there.
You've been here a few days.
It's a heat. It's really nice. Nice day. Looking forward to seeing you later, guys.
Looking forward to
Wish
it.
you
Should be
all
good
the
luck.
best in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
man.
once again for sitting
Thank
down
you.
for a chat with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.